Welcome to On Topic, a series of conversations with experts and authors on topics of importance to Alaska. I'm Jim Johnsen, president of the University of Alaska, and in this segment we explore the topic of Alaska and Alaska Natives in culture and in film. My guest is Princess Daazhraii Johnson, Alaska writer, actor, producer, and director. Princess is Netsai Gwich'in from the interior of Alaska. You know, you've done some serious things in your career and in your work, and now kids, an animated kid show. Why kids?
When WGBH first reached out about the project, MOLLY of Denali, I was so excited because I just immediately thought of myself as a little girl and what a show like this would have meant to me. Why kids? Children, they are our connection to so many things. I think to our innocence, to our curiosity and innovation, and that's something that the world needs right now.
What drives Molly? She's obviously a high energy young person, and she's very curious and is a strong friend of her colleagues in the show. And I wonder about your relationship with Molly.
She is Gwich'in, she is Dena'ina, and she is Koikan. We really wanted to represent well a lot of our interior tribes. But I think that for me, when I think about being raised by my mother and my grandparents, my grandmother played a large role in my childhood. I think about the lessons that I learned and being guided by my family, but also my community. And Molly really embodies that sense of she, unlike me, is not afraid to make mistakes. And I really love that about her character. And when she does make mistakes, she has this community that gently guides her back in the right direction. And I think that that's something that as adults we need to continually remind ourselves of, is that there is space and, in fact, failure is necessary, falling down is necessary. And it's really the standing back up that makes the difference.
So she's a confident person,
she
Molly.
is.
Where does her confidence come from?
I think her confidence just comes from a really strong foundation of love and a community and family that just adore her and care for her and welcome her silliness and that curiosity and that go get 'em. In the opening, she says, "Masicho, let's go."
That's great.
Yeah, she's that little, feisty go-getter.
How do you think about it getting into schools? Is there a strategy for that specifically? I know you have an education background as well. So in addition to seeing it on TV, is there a strategy for getting it into schools so young people who may not have access at home are going to have access to it in school or some other place?
Being able to have a dialogue and just a little bit more of in-depth information is critical. I think having those resources for teachers to bring Molly into the classroom and explore more of the native values, all of that is going to be, there's definitely a plan for that.
This deep connection to Alaska and traditional cultures here, and also this interest in and study of the world and international relations. How do you see Alaska, if you do, as a model for other cultures and other societies in dealing with these challenging issues of climate, for example, and environment and development, technology, education, particularly of Indigenous people? Any thoughts about how we might position ourselves as a model for a positive future and perhaps resolution or solution to a lot of these challenges?
Well, that's a big question to take on. I would say there's a lot of things that give me hope. And you mentioned earlier, highlighted our propensity to not be afraid of working hard and rolling up our sleeves. And one thing that really transcends not just Alaskan Natives, but all Alaskans, you know, when someone's stuck on the side of the road, everybody comes to your aid. And we saw what happened, you know, after the earthquake, you know, hit Anchorage. Those roads were fixed in 48 hours. So what I don't think we have even begun to tap into our potential.
This is very generous of you. I know you're busy out in the community talking about this tremendous new production. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your passion. And thanks for this production. I think it's going to change some lives. And that I think is really powerful and much needed. So thank you.
Masit Cho, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.